Lyme disease. Did you know a single tick bite can change your life forever? Lyme disease is on rise and it is more common than you think. Lyme disease is caused by the bite of a tick, but every tick bite cannot cause infection. Only those ticks that carry special bacteria called Borrelia bacteria can cause Lyme disease. There is a special kind of tick called deer tick mainly cause this infection to human. Another name of this tick is black-legged tick. The deer tick got this name because of their special appearance, means they have black legs in contrast to reddish-brown bodies. But there is also a good news. An ordinary wood tick and dog tick do not cause this infection. Let's dive into its history. Do you know how this disease was discovered and why is it called Lyme? In 1975, this disease was discovered in the United States. There was a small town in United States named Lyme, Connecticut, where many children were diagnosed with the juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. At that time, researchers found that the arthritis was caused by the bite of a tick. Actually a deer tick, which carried a bacteria Borrelia burgdorferi. For this reason, this disease is called borreliosis or Lyme disease. Just imagine a mysterious illness that starts with a small red rash, but if left untreated, can silently spread to our joint, heart, and even nervous system. That's the danger of the Lyme disease. Let's explore the stages of this disease and the hidden symptoms you need to watch out before it takes over. After a tick bite, the stage 1 starts within 3 to 30 days. This stage is also called early localized disease because this stage shows a limited set of symptoms. What do you think the most common sign of Lyme disease? Obviously a rash. So how does this rash look like? The rash is usually a single circle, slowly spread from the site of infection where the tick bite. The rash looks clear at the center. It looks like a target or bullseye. Another important thing that you should remember to recognize the rash is that it feels warm when you touch it, but surprisingly, it is neither itchy nor painful. There are a few more symptoms that you can relate to stage 1 of the Lyme disease that include headache, fever, extreme tiredness, joint stiffness, muscle aches and pain, swollen lymph nodes. It is important to treat the infection, otherwise the disease will enter into stage 2. The stage 2 is more serious and widespread. This stage is also called early disseminated disease because in this stage bacteria have begun to spread all over the body. So how would we know that stage 2 has started? Actually, there are a few symptoms that are related to stage 2 that include rashes on different body parts, muscle weakness on one or both sides of face, neck stiffness with pain, irregularities in heartbeat, pain in lower body parts that starts from back and hips and spread to legs, a feeling of numbness or pain in hands and feet, pain in eyes and eyelids, or even vision loss. After stage 2, the untreated disease can lead to stage 3. It is called the late disseminated Lyme disease. At this point, bacteria have already spread to distant sites such as joints and nerves. The symptoms of stage 3 starts after 2 to 12 months after tick bite. But surprisingly, this stage shows different symptoms in the type of Lyme disease common in the United States compared to what is present in Europe. In the United States, you will mainly observe arthritis in large joints. The stiffness, swelling, and pain of joints remain there for a long time. But in Europe, the Lyme disease can cause a skin condition. In this condition, top of the feet and back of hands changes their color and swell. The skin condition is called Acrodermatitis chronica atropicans. The skin of elbow and knees can also get discolored due to this disease. If the condition becomes serious, it can cause damage to joints and tissues. The skin condition appears after many months or many years after tick bites. Have you ever wondered how this bacteria moves from tick to a human's bloodstream and manages to cause so much damage while evading our immune system? Let's reveal the secret life of Borrelia and discover the fascinating pathogenesis of Lyme disease. We already know that ticks bite animals and humans to feed on their blood. If a tick bites an animal that has Borrelia, then this bacterium enters into the tick body. Ticks have a sharp mouth part that cuts the skin and another part injects saliva and draws blood. Borrelia can enter the tick during this process. Ticks go through 3 stages: larva, nymph, and adult. At each stage, they take one blood meal. When a tick takes blood from an infected animal, it picks up the Borrelia bacteria. Nymphs are the most common stage that spread Borrelia to humans. The bacteria multiply inside the tick and move towards the tick's salivary gland. When the tick bites a human, Borrelia is passed into the human skin through tick saliva. This way, the bacteria avoid being destroyed by the immune system right away. Let's have a look at how this bacterium survives in human or animal. Borrelia lacks some typical harmful features that other bacteria have, like toxins, but it has special ways to survive in the host, like human or animal. It can hide from the immune system by using proteins from the tick or host, avoiding certain immune response, and adapting to different environments within the host. Also, the Borrelia can change its shape, possibly by turning into a form like round bodies or biofilm. Biofilm is actually a cluster of bacteria. This form helps it to survive longer or resist antibiotics. Other mechanisms like hiding inside the cells or affecting the tick's behavior can also help it to stay alive. Now imagine being bitten by something so small that you don't even feel it. Many people don't realize they have been bitten by a tick because ticks are tiny and their body don't hurt. But how can you be sure it's Lyme disease? That's where testing comes in. To confirm Lyme disease, your provider will use a blood test. If the first test is negative, no further tests are needed. However, if the test is positive or unclear, your provider will run the test again. You need 2 positive or sometimes unclear test results to be officially diagnosed with Lyme disease. Your healthcare provider will look at the bigger picture to give you the right diagnosis. When assessing for Lyme disease, your healthcare provider will look at the signs and symptoms of the disease, whether you were likely exposed to infected ticks, other illness that could cause similar symptoms, lab test results when needed. Did you know that early testing can sometimes miss Lyme disease? For lab testing, the CDC, means the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, recommends using FDA-approved antibody tests to diagnose Lyme disease. These tests are more accurate if you have been infected for a longer period. During the first few weeks of infections, these tests can be false negative, especially if you have the typical Lyme rash. But after 4 to 6 weeks, the test usually become more reliable. Once you test positive for Lyme antibodies, the result can stay positive for months or years, even if the bacteria are no longer in your body. Be careful when you get tested. Not all labs offer reliable results. Be cautious of labs that don't accept private insurance, as they might offer tests that aren't FDA approved. If someone has got bitten by a tick, there is a good news. Lyme disease can be treated effectively, especially if you act fast. The right antibiotic treatment can make all the difference in recovering from Lyme disease. Here is how it works. Lyme disease is treated with antibiotics. typically doxycycline or amoxicillin. The length of treatment depends on how advanced the infection is. The earlier treatment starts, the quicker and more complete the recovery will be. Did you know that for most people, Lyme disease can be treated with just a course of pills? But don't stop taking them too soon. The standard treatment for most cases is 10 to 14 days course of oral antibiotics. Treatment duration may be longer depending on your symptoms. It's important to take prescribed pills even if you feel better. In more serious cases, Lyme disease might need a stronger approach, like intravenous antibiotics. Here is when they are necessary. In more serious cases, when Lyme disease affects the joints, nervous system, or heart, intravenous antibiotics may be needed. This treatment delivers antibiotics directly into vein. Can you prevent Lyme disease after a tick bite? Sometimes preventive antibiotics can stop the disease before it starts. In some situations, a healthcare provider may prescribe antibiotics as preventive measures if the tick is identified as a deer tick. You live in or recently visited an area where Lyme disease is common. The tick was attached to your skin for 36 hours or more. Antibiotics are the only proven treatment for Lyme disease. Other treatments either haven't been tested or do not work. Heard of chronic Lyme disease? Let's clear up the fact about long-term symptoms and what really helps. You may have heard the term chronic Lyme disease to describe ongoing symptoms after Lyme disease. However, research shows that these long-term symptoms are not due to an active infection caused by the bacteria. Extended use of antibiotic doesn't help with these symptoms. Expecting a baby and worried about Lyme disease? Here is some reassuring news about treatment during pregnancy. If you have new or continuing health concern after Lyme disease, talk to your healthcare provider. They can help to determine the cause of your symptoms and find the right treatment. Pregnant individuals can safely receive treatment for Lyme disease. There is no strong evidence that Lyme disease can be passed to fetus or that it increases the risk of miscarriage. Have you ever wondered what to do if the tick bites you? Knowing the right step can protect you from the infection. Removing a tick may seem tricky, but here is a simple, safe method you can follow. Use blunt tweezer to gently but firmly pull near the tick's head where it is attached to your skin. Keep pulling until the tick lets go. Avoid crushing the tick's body or handling it with bare hand. This can expose you to bacteria. Clean the bite area well with soap and water. Don't use kerosene, petroleum jelly, or hot object to remove the tick. Don't squeeze the tick body with your finger or tweezer. That was all about the Lyme disease. Thank you.